Right then. Okay. So the first thing we need to do, because it's bugging me, is we have a way to switch scenes when the ads start. We don't have a way to switch scenes when the ads stop. So we need to fix that. Let's go to real time and see what we do there. We have got, actually, is the database still up? It should be, right? We'll do a super base. It's not this time already. You don't want to be awake. Let me get back to sleep. I just pull the covers over my head. Everything will be fine. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's this time. In fact, it's past this time. Okay, no, it's this time. It's going all right. I did not have the best day at work, but I am soldiering on. I am soldiering in the direction of on. How is it going with you? Superbase status, I think it is. Oh, yep, everything's up and running. Okay. You got bitten by the bug again, and Game Dev is back in action. I think I quote from the Immortal Pirate software when I say, hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased that that creative thing is in your life too. What are you working on at the moment? It's not the vertical road. Okay, so that's on Postgres change. Follows. Yep, we knew about that. Outgrowing traffic for subscriptions. Oh yeah, actually we should do that. No, it's stay on task. We need to do the ad thing first. We need to do the ad thing first. There it is. It's right in front of me. Send outgoing traffic, event type, create outgoing event type ads. But we also use the OBS sender and we tell it that we want a scene change. Now, is there a way to change it back after a time? Do I have to run the timer on this side and then just like send another scene change? So we have a duration because we get given it here. So can I then say would I have to run the timer in here, which doesn't seem very efficient, or how would I do it? What is the Tokyo way? The Tokyo way of async. That is a good question. So let's find out about that. It's like I want to tell OBS to run the timer for me almost. Sorry about the flashbang. Tell OBS run switch scene for seconds. Countdown time in OBS. Switch at specific times. No, this doesn't look at all useful. 2 seconds. I'm just going to say hi to my beloved who has just arrived. Okay. There was much rejoicing from the dogs. Much rejoicing. Okay. Now, first of all, yes, the ad sign did appear. All right. So what we really need to know is, how do we run a timer in Tokyo? Run timer. 1 timer instance per worker thread. Okay. Wait, Netlify? I don't want Netlify. Tokyo timer is deprecated and has been moved into Tokyo time behind the time feature flag. Delay, interval, throttle, timeout. Interesting. Yeah, because you'd kind of want to spawn you'd want to spawn a separate task that resolves after X amount of time. So let's look at this. Oh, thank goodness for the dark background. Sleep that does no work and completes at a specific instant. Interval, timeout, wraps a future or stream, setting an upper bound to the amount of time it is allowed to execute. Okay. Wait 100 milliseconds and print. Oh yeah, this kind of thing. Except that I don't think I want it to be blocking. I don't want it to block. I just want it to send an event when it's finished. Okay, let's just kill that sign again. Stupid little sign. Never want to click that button ever again. Okay. All right, so we've got sleep, interval, or timeout. Let's look at timeout. Future returned by timeout and timeout at. Requires a future to oh no, that's a bit different. Before the specified duration has elapsed. Yeah, this is a bit different. Okay, what are the other options? Interval? Okay, that's a bit different as well. So I guess sleep is the thing. But what I want is a function that, or a future that executes after the sleep is finished. And I need it to spawn from within the future I'm in at the moment. Block on sleep, block on async. More examples in the sleep type. Loop. Okay. I just don't want to block. If it's going to block, then no other events are going to take place during the ad break. Maybe if I spawn another task. I think I need a little translation from the green robot. I need the green robot to have a dark theme. Demonstrate use of Tokyo's sleep to execute a, I don't know, function after an elapsed period without blocking other activity. Ooh, that doesn't look like it's doing anything at all. Let's try that again. We're not really loading here. Wow. Apparently the green robot is having trouble. Never mind. We use good old-fashioned brain activity. Good old-fashioned braining. It could work. Let's do the simple way. And suggest that we do block. So we're sending this, and then we would do, we've got duration seconds, which we're now going to actually use. And then we want to wait for that to elapse. So sleep duration from millis. So in other words, it would be sleep. Use Tokyo time sleep. Duration. So it's going to be duration from seconds. Duration seconds. Wait. And I can't use the question mark because I'm in those stupid callbacks again. I got that wrong apparently. Okay. Yep, fair enough. So I need to convert it out of its value. Because it's come out of a JSON input. So where am I going to get that? Duration seconds, record get duration seconds. All right. So it's going to be like, actually we could try, I don't know if there's a straight conversion, but let's just check. Not satisfied. From bool, from char. Right. I think I've done this elsewhere. Where have I done this? Value to number serd JSON. As F64, as U64, what does it need? U64. As U. Oh, that's right. It's like, well, first of all, we're in the wrong place. As U64. Wait a minute. Casting it as U64 is invalid. Cast through a raw pointer first? I'm sure I've done this elsewhere in the code. I think it was as I64 or as I32. Okay, I need to look up that error. Is I64, but what about as U64? Do you really just call a function like that? Maybe you do. Right, so we've got to unwrap it, basically. I'm okay with that for now. Okay, so we sleep. And then we send again. So let OBS sender send OBS command, scene change, and I think it's called main into. All right. So that would be the, I guess, the blocking approach. But I don't know if it would block actually, because every one of these handlers just gets invoked every time you get an event. So the way to test it would be to see if one of the other ones triggers while we're doing this. So what would be one of the other ones? Follow, or what else? Yeah, I guess follow. All right, so we need it to start the ads and then stop the ads, basically. Did I get the name of the scene right? Yeah, it's called main. Okay, fair enough. We'll give it a crack. So we need to wait for that to happen, and we need to relaunch this. Probably ask for its password again. Yes, it will. Okay. Still an unused variable. Don't care about that. You can go away too. All right. Got to figure out that OIDC stuff so it doesn't, not quite so intrusive. Okay, so we just got to wait for an ad break now. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know if it's as easy as all that, but we'll give it a crack. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking that duration should be 90 seconds if I've got the settings right. Okay, so what can we do in the meantime? I could do the subscription one. I'd have to restart it again, but that's okay. So what outgoing event types do I currently have? Ads, first message, follow, and subscription. All right. So I guess we need something very similar to the follow. As a template, except that we're using follow sender, and I think we'll need a different clone of that. Add sender, follow sender, let subscription sender equals tx clone. I'd love to know if there's a less laborious way of doing that. I really feel like I'm missing something there. Okay, so this is going to be subscription. So you effectively end up cloning it twice, and that just doesn't sound right to me. I wonder if I'm supposed to be passing it into the function or into the handler. Anyway, Tokyo spawn, async move, display name, and then send outgoing traffic. And our event type is subscription. Can't find record. Yeah, where did that come from? Right, this thing. Do it like that. Looks a little bit like Right, I think we moved that last one. Yeah, move. Gotta move it. Gotta move it. All right. Cool. In theory, that should work. I seriously can't. I also need to go to the outgoing part of it and actually take an action when I get that event type. So what do we got? Outgoing event type ads, follow, and subscription. Format. Using actual currency, which is extremely generous. We appreciate your donation to the cause of whatever the hell is going on here. Display name. Whoops. Unwrap. Oh, wait. Okay. And the other thing we could potentially react to is first message. So that's going to be something very similar. Actually, do I even... Oh, I don't even have like a criteria for that. What is the event sub-event for that? I wonder. Let's look at incoming. I don't think we even write anything like that to the... We write messages to a table briefly. But what events do we react to? Actually, it might be in store. Yeah. Channel chat message v1 payload. Does that have anything on it that tells us whether it's their first message for the day, or do we just detect that ourselves? Username, user login, message ID, message type, badges, color, reply. Yeah. Nothing really. What's in message type? User intro. Oh, that's like, yeah. That's a very specific Twitch thing, isn't it? Maybe there isn't an event for first message of the day. You just kind of have to... There's first message ever. But I don't know that we'd always want to point those out. But like if a regular person we recognize is coming back and they haven't posted in a while, it'd be nice to just flag it in some way. Like Seto does. Setelix, very, very sensible gentleman. Yeah. I think it's an auto-detected thing. Let's just have a quick look through the types that we can work with. So if we... flashbang again. Even I get affected by them. Twitch API. Back to dark mode. There we go. Twitch API. Source. Event sub. I think it's under channel. Chat. Message delete. Channel chat message. Just channel chat message in those. Okay, so let's say that we have to track it ourselves. How do we do that? In our local host, not 8080, but this one. Database. Where's my dark mode? Do I not have dark mode? There we go. All right. Ads, follows, messages, subscriptions, and users. So the question would be to do the thing to do would be to do a query when we're writing it and say, has that person, is this a message from someone who hasn't posted in a little while? If so, issue a greeting, basically. And we might even add different tables so that we can send a notification. Someone can watch the table. Yeah. So it would be like first messages. So let's go Superbase, migration, new, first messages. Create table, first messages. I always have to look it up. ID, big int, primary, identity generated always. I don't think that's right, but we'll check. Primary key generated always as identity. Close enough. As identity. There we go. And display name. Not null, because these are denormalized tables. May as well chuck a user ID in there just for good measure. Begin references. Not null. References. Oh, we were about to get some ads. Here's where we find out if we got it right. References. What does it reference? Users. ID. There we go. Is there anything else we need? No, I don't think so. Okay. Oh, and the other thing that Charlie told me I should do was in Superbase config, there's a thing where you enable real time so it doesn't always turn it off every time you do a migration. Real time enabled true. It is. Huh. Bind real time, blah, blah, blah. That's so weird. Maybe I have to specify the tables each time. I don't really need auth to be enabled. Weird. I have to ask on the Superbase Discord. Maybe they got some ideas. Oh, okay. So here's the ad break. And there goes the scene change. Hey, Flavy's kid, how you doing? I'm doing okay. We are testing to see whether the ad sign will turn itself off or not. Very, very high-tech stuff going on here. I'm also just going to test to see if the follow notification goes off because I'm curious to know whether my timer is blocking everything else. So we'll just do an unfollow from our old alternative account. And then refollow. Oh, yeah, works fine. Sweet. Okay, so in about 37 seconds, hopefully that sign should go away. And if it doesn't, then I got something wrong. 25. In the meantime, we could... Oh, no, we can't apply the migration because we'll screw everything up. 5 seconds. The suspense is killing me. Ad sign? No ad sign. Damn it. I should have added some logging. You're at work. The mini vacation has ended. Oh, ouch. That's sometimes coming back down with a harsh reality. Oh, wait. The scene has switched. It's just that YouTube hasn't caught back up. Oh, nice. Cool. I was watching YouTube's preview screen. Sweet. All right. Man, YouTube's a long way behind. Oh, there it goes. Huh. Okay. YouTube's like 10 seconds behind everybody else. Maybe that's a setting. Maybe I should fix that. Anyway, it's not like anyone's watching on YouTube right now. Never mind. Okay, good. So that works. Let's go Superbase DB reset. Very slowly. Very, very slowly. Oh, error. What did I do? What did I do? Add or near opening bracket. Yeah, that doesn't look right. What did I do? First messages. Yeah. Oh, I guess you need the space. Superbase DB reset. Still a problem. What am I doing wrong? I'm not seeing that. Create table, blah. Okay. Oh, maybe it's the references. Man, you would think by now I would know how to write. Oh, yeah. You'd think by now I would know how to write some SQL. But as with everything, you just have to keep reminding yourself. Okay. And we'll try that again. And we wait. And we wait. Hey, that's looking more promising. Okay. Let's go with store. And oh yeah, and we need to turn back on all of the real times because I don't know how to do this en masse yet. Wait, why? What? Isn't there supposed to be a little marker there? There we go. Yeah, we definitely need to get to the bottom of why this is happening. Because it is not fun. Clicking buttons is not why I got into this mess. Trouble is, every time we reset, of course, we lose all we lose all the entries, but that's okay. So first chat timestamp TZ. So is that first chat ever? I guess it is. And then you would just look up their previously seen kind of thing. So in store, we have when they get a channel chat message payload, and we do an insert. And what do we do with the first chat value? We don't do anything with it. Oh, this is insert into messages. Okay. And we've previously created the user ID, right? What we do is we match on, yeah, and process event. So we match on, we grab the user details and using find or create user. And then we write the message with the user details. So in write message, I ought to know if I ought to compare the whatever's set for first chat, or actually I ought to compare whatever their last message was. But that means looking up their messages every time. That doesn't seem right. Like every single time you receive a message, you'd have to do a DB round trip to see if it had changed, to see if it was like the first one in a while. Do I like that or not really? It doesn't feel like it scales that well. To be honest with you. Let's see here. I guess I could implement it that way to begin with. There's really no other thing that tells you if it's the first time in a while. I guess not. So I'm doing an insert into messages. But before I do that, I'm probably going to want to check for last message date, if any. So what's in user details? Display name, ID, service ID, streaming service, user login. Okay, so we're probably going to want to add to that. Would we want to add first message date? No. In fact, I don't even know why we would use that in that structure. Okay. So that's going to be something like last message equals SQLX query. And we'll do one of those. And then we'll close that out. And I imagine it'll be an await. Yep. Oh, execute, self, pull, await. All right. All right, now, what's it going to be? It's going to be select, what is it, timestamp? ID, badges, channel points, cheer, color, message, message ID, message type. Why do I not have a timestamp in here? Seriously? Well, that's a bit strange. So if we look at messages, channel points, custom reward, cheer, color, message. Yeah, I somehow failed to put a date in there. I don't know why. Display name. Okay, so I guess we're creating another migration. Superbase. I mean, we can get a timestamp off the Twitch API, or we can just use our own. Migration, new, add, message, timestamp. I assume that there's a timestamp in here. Is there seriously no timestamp in this type? Oh, maybe it comes through on the event rather than on the payload. Yeah, that's what's going on. So when we process them, it'd be better to store their timestamp rather than ours, I think. Just in case things get a bit backed up. And we destructure it. So if I go to this one, not the payload, yeah, that doesn't help me actually. So message, is a message notification P, but I can also get the other thing. What's it called? Subscription, right? No, that doesn't help me. If I look at the migration for events, I got a list of all of this shit. Yeah, payload has subscription and event on it. But what I actually want is the message timestamp, which is in the metadata. How do I get that? I guess I could just use a created at timestamp. It's probably the simplest thing. As in, when my system receives it, that's when the time is. Screw it. That's what Postgres is good at. All right. Wait, why is it complaining about this? Change what to P? It's already P. Weird. Oh, yeah, and the Postgres shadow database needs to be recreated. Well, let's do this first. So the migration is add timestamp, alter table messages, add column created at timestamp tz z whatever default now. Which should take care of things automatically. Wait interminably. So slow. Surprisingly slow, actually. Like, Postgres isn't this slow at resetting databases. So I wonder what it's doing. Doing very complicated migration-y things. And then we go PG CLI. Actually, no, dump. Create database Postgres shadow. And then pSQL. Beautiful. I wonder if that must be a member of role. I wonder if that's the thing that's supposed to turn the real time back on. Anyway, we now need to go through and do it all again, which is super annoying. Enable real time, please. Very annoying. Now, in messages, if I generate a message now, I should get a timestamp. And I do. Just out of curiosity, does it also appear in the message? No, it doesn't. Okay. Cool. All right. One of these days I'll figure out how to extract information from the metadata, but we don't need that now. So, Postgres shadow definitely does exist now. And the query is going to be yeah. So I want, what do I want? Do I want a last message date? Or do I just want a Boolean? essentially first recent post. And it's probably going to be something on that structure of like select one case blah blah blah. But what we want to know is where from messages where user ID equals and one, limit one, ordered by, created at, descending. Actually, we should put that limit last. And it's like select one else zero. I forget how to do that. I wonder if the green robot has recovered yet. I need it to Google for me. It looks like it's recovered. Let's try I forget what's the method to return. Hey, QTM slash, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. The method to return a Boolean given a query like this. It uses case, yes? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, select case when some column equals some value, then true else false. But no, what we actually want, to be honest, what we actually need is true if rows exist and false. Otherwise, ergo, I should use count. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you could just get 1 or 0 rather than true or false. I think that's how Postgres implements it anyway. Oh, exists. What am I talking about? Of course. Exists. Thank you for reminding me about SQL that I learned many, many years ago. Select exists. Select from messages where user ID 1 ordered by created at descending limit 1. Does it agree with me on that roughly? Yeah. The thing is, though, what we want is to measure an elapsed time. So what should we say? Like previous day, previous 12 hours? Previous 12 hours, right? So how can I measure that as a duration using the existing structures that we have? So I can get a created at date for the message. So really, I just want the last 2 messages for that user, and I want to know if the elapsed time between them is more than 12 hours. It seems to me. And I believe that Postgres will let you do a little math arithmetic, date arithmetic. Let's go to Postgres elapsed time between timestamp age, right? Where's the actual doc? Date time functions and operators. This is version 16. Let's go with 15, which I believe I have. Hello, 15, please. Thank you. Hey, what? Okay, apparently I have to have 16. Good to know. Good to know. Wow, this is real flashbang territory too. Is there a night mode? Hey, there we go. Right. You can do subtraction, right? Add an interval. Date minus date produces the number. Yeah, but you'd have to be in PG-SQL, right? We got some ads. I'm just reading docs. Nothing exciting is happening. Could say nothing exciting has been happening for a while, but, you know, them's the breaks. Okay, so what we really want is a query that says, has 12 hours elapsed? So time minus time gives us a time. Timestamp minus interval 23 hours. Yeah. Is greater than the previous one, right? So let's see if we can figure this out. If we can't, we'll ask the green robot again to summarize. Because that's a good learning process. So not exists. We want select we want the previous two, and we want to compare their timestamps. Do I therefore have to retrieve the previous two? I could write a function for it, to be honest. Okay, it threw up the ad scene. That's good to see. The robot is doing its work. So I can either get the previous two as a width, right? Like I could do with foo as select from messages. No, actually select created at from messages where user ID equals 1, ordered by created at descending limit 2, and that gives us 2 rows. But I don't know if that's the right approach. Let's see. Select. Like I would have to be able to refer to individual rows, and I don't think I can do that. I confused. Let's look at some more documentation. Postgres compare new row to previous row timestamp. Lag. Access data from the previous row from the current row. Oh. The expression is evaluated against the previous row at a specified offset. The expression must return a single value and cannot be a window function. I don't believe I've ever done this before. Huh. Insert into blah, blah, blah. Return the sales amount of the current year and the previous year. Select year amount, lag amount 1 over order by year, previous sales from sales. Interesting. Okay, this I do need to ask the robot about. Okay, given 2 rows with created at timestamps, timestamp TZs, demonstrate use of lag to evaluate the difference, the elapsed time. Interesting. I am definitely learning something. I can't remember if I've ever had to use this or not. Lag created at over order by created at as previous created at. Okay. Wait, why do I have to repeat it? Oh, I see. This is the time difference. So let's look at this in the editor and see if we can tweak it. So I don't want created at actually. I want the difference. So select case when lag created at over order by created at. Right, so we actually want the second one. Is greater than, and I think we need to understand how to express the duration. So I know that there is, you can do it in hours. Just out of curiosity, can you also run it as an integer from messages? All right, we've got enough information to do this in PGCLI, so let's do that. Oh, right. Select case when created at minus lag created at over, I don't know why I'm capitalizing these, order by created at. I'm sure this isn't right, but let's find out. Then 1 else 0. Is it like Isaac? I can't remember how to end a case statement. Case when else false end, yeah. You do have to do then, right? Yeah, then 1 else 0 end as foo. Actually, I don't even care. But you also have to limit it. So you have to say where user ID equals, oh, the trouble is, I don't know if there's even any messages in there right now. User ID equals 1. Fine. Okay. Created at does not exist. Did I not do this yet? DT messages. Did I misspell it? Oh, right. I do actually have to refer to a table. From messages. Okay, yeah. So I definitely can't use that operator. So Postgres duration in hours. Huh. Have an interval like 4 days. I don't think I have an interval. Oh, what did I get points for? How to index characters in a Golang string. This is an ancient answer. It's from 2013. I'm still getting internet points for. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this interval. Green robot, tell me your secrets. Given elapsed time in your previous answer, demonstrate comparing this to a number of hours. Interval 3 hours. Right, so it's essentially the same as what we're seeing there. Interval 23 hours. So you take a string and convert it. Okay, so in fact, you don't even need the case because you can just return the result of the expression. So let's see if we can get this sorted. Select created at minus lag created at over order by created at greater than interval 12 hours from messages where user ID equals 1. Okay. We may as well give it a name. So as is new message, or as first message, I guess. And of course it can be null, which ideally we don't want. So I guess that's why we'd use the case statement to, we could coalesce, right? So select coalesce. Oh, I can't just, do I have to go shift enter for that? Nope. Wow, that's bad. Okay, select coalesce created at minus lag created at over order by created at interval 12 hours as is first message in the coalesce from messages where user ID equals 1. Oh, I got that wrong. Yep, I managed to not have a space. Why didn't the coalesce work? Oh, I have to provide a second argument to coalesce, don't I? 0, right? No, apparently not. Types Boolean and integer cannot be matched, so false. Yeah, okay. All right, good. So let's try. Let's try grabbing that and putting it there. And then quitting that. And then you like my coalesce? That's one of the few things I learned when I was writing a lot of SQL. Okay. So let's do that. And then that. And then make it vaguely readable by doing that. I never know where to put the indents. And then false as is first message. Oh boy, formatting this is interesting. From messages where user ID equals something like that. Yeah, it's a little better. Could even argue on this. Or even this. I don't know. All right. So that's the thing. And then we need to pass user ID. So we need the user ID, which is where? It's just user.id. I wonder if I'll need to clone it because I'm using it twice here. Apparently not. No method named execute for struct map. I have failed to do something, and I don't know what it is. Execute self pull. That looks right. Wait. First recent message. No method named execute found for struct map. One G, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated, especially given the struggles I'm having with SQL. If you want to follow this, you're very brave. Actually, it's interesting because this won't work if there's no previous message. It'll return false and it should return true. So that's interesting. I might have to make it more complex than that, but we'll get it working first. But yeah, why is Rust freaking out about this? First of all, let's turn those messages off because they bug me. Don't like virtual text. No method named found. Execute found for struct map. That can't possibly be. All I'm doing is running a SQLX query. But somewhere I have gone drastically wrong. Drastically wrong. Oh, I wonder if I'm not supposed to do that. Aha. That was obscure. Nope, that wasn't it. I was going to say, damn. That would be really confusing. Seriously, what the hell? Why? 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 Why can't I do that? Execute, await. Execute, await. Why is this not... oh, it expands to an instance of query map that outputs an ad hoc anonymous struct type. So that explains where the map comes from, but not why I can't call execute. Full type name, consider using verbose, but yet it works on the very next statement. As demonstrated by this. Wait, what's wrong with this? Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's interesting. Is it possible that Rust Analyzer is just having a brain fart? Because, you know, that wouldn't be the first time. Let's try a LSP reset. But I don't imagine it'll help. No method named execute. I cannot imagine why. Am I spelling it differently? Oh, wait. I know what's going on. Execute only works when you're doing an insert. Oh, I'm a dumbass. All right. I think it's find one or fetch one. Man, that took a while. Brain eventually engaged. Unused variable. All right. So what is it actually going to be is the question. Match first recent message. And let's see what types we can get. It is a record. Is it going to be a result record? It is not a result record because it's been unwrapped by await question mark. So maybe I don't need to match it. Maybe I can just do if first recent message is first message. That's a terrible way of putting it, but I can fix that. We'll essentially send output event. It doesn't seem to hate that, so let's do some naming. Message elapsed time or message timing. I don't know if that's really what I want, but let's try. Is first recent message. We haven't seen this chatter in 12 hours or more. And to do this will probably fail if no message exists in table. Fix. So there's an edge case there that we need to sort. All right, so what we're going to do is insert into the first messages table, which will send a notification. Self pull, await, like so. And it's nice to get the muscle memory after a little while. That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything about muscle memory. That was a terrible idea. Insert into messages, first messages. And I can't even remember what's in there. Looks like we got some ads rolling through. Shouldn't be too long. I'm just looking up documentation anyway. Actually, I'm looking up my own table, which consists entirely of messages from the robot. Oh no, zombies in there somewhere. Yeah, so first messages. What do we got? Display name and whatever this is, user ID. All right. Call display name, user ID, values 1, 2, and then we'll send where's our display name? There it is. Wonder if I have to clone that. And user ID. It seems to be happy, maybe. Oh, expected ball found option ball. Oh, okay. Why is it an option ball? Let's check OBS quickly to make sure the ad sign is still turning off properly. And it is. Hey, we did something right. We did something right, chat. I can't believe it. I spent the whole day dealing with databases, but they were MySQL, not Postgres. I like this better. I like this a lot better. All right. We haven't seen this chatter in 12 hours or more. Yes. Display name, user ID. Do I really not need a timestamp for that? See, it's interesting. If I end up with like a deluge of messages in there, which, let's face it, would be a good problem to have, then having a timestamp to order them might be quite useful. Like at least a created app. However, let's go with this. Because I actually don't know, is the thing about the real-time side of it. If a bunch of things happen at once, do I get a stream of individual messages or do I get one message with a whole bunch of data in it? Because if it's the latter, I need to completely rewrite some things. Okay, Everything will just break. It's fine. It'll be a good problem to have. Okay, so is first recent message is the wrong type. It is an option bool. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's okay to unwrap that. Actually, okay or IR. Unexpectedly did not receive. I wonder why it's an option. Bool from in is first recent message. And then do I need to question mark that? I think I do, right? Yeah. All right. So what's the time, by the way? 16 past 8. I really need a cup of tea. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. I'll do it in a sec. Okay. Yeah. So we haven't seen them. Insert into first messages. User display name, user ID. Cool. And then that will take care of notifying the real-time code. And we'll go. So many Postgres changes. I'd love to actually refactor some of this. All right. Let's add another one on Postgres change. Postgres changes event insert. Postgres changes filter. Schema. Public into table sum first messages into default and then what's the final thing? Oh, the callback. Okay, which is going to be message foo, essentially. All right. We're probably going to need to move it. And we should get a record because we need the display name. Yeah, this thing. Essentially, this whole block. Go down here. And we'll probably need a clone of the sender. I really need to find out. I need someone in the Rust Discord to go over this with me and just figure out some of this duplication. It just doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't sit right with me. First messages sender clone. And we get the display name. Hey, thanks very much for the follow, Blue Shirt. That's very nice of you. Display name as string, else display name. Yep. Again, I've got a little post in with the author of this library, just asking, is there some way that I'm doing this wrong? Should I be doing error detection better? Because it feels quite clunky by Rust standards. Outgoing traffic, outgoing event type, first message. We might need one that says first ever message, but we'll get there. Okay. So in theory, we have detected it. What is it complaining about here? Oh, oh, I see. Okay, we good now? We're good now. Cool. So, by the way, are these people following? Do I need to be following them back? Are you streaming? Are you streaming? Blue Shirt TV does look like they stream a little bit, maybe. We shall follow that person. And who else we got going on here? 1G, 1G. I don't think they stream, although anything's possible. And we've got QTM slash. They probably don't stream. Cool. All right. Let me know if I got any of that wrong. Okay. All right, so now we need to react to that event that we've just sent in the outgoing. I definitely think there are steps I can take to make all of this more ergonomic and easy to work with, especially as the number of events that we're handling goes up. So let's go with outgoing event type, first message, sender, send chat. Welcome back. You must be a glutton for punishment, but we love you for it. Command display name unwrap. It's amazing how repetition is addictive. Like once you figure out how to do something and you actually get to build things with it, the repetition is really compelling. This is unclosed, really? Doesn't look unclosed to me. That is unclosed. Oh, format, right. That has not helped. Why is this formatting differently? What is going on here? Is Rust Analyzer just dying again? I don't see it. I don't see the forest for the trees. Why is format not? Why is that highlighted differently? Because I'm missing, I'm missing a parenthesis. Oh boy. But we're still not quite there. Oh, there we go. It's finally caught up. All right. So, someone who hasn't visited in 12 hours would, in theory, receive that message. So we might restart just in case. We might get someone who hasn't visited in 12 hours. And I'll have to enter a password again. Okay. Oh, unreachable code, really? Seriously, I keep putting you on the other window and you keep coming back to me. This is unreachable? I didn't realize. I guess because I've covered all of the cases, right? That makes sense. So I'm probably going to need more cases, so I should have left it there. All right. Now, I think we should do a commit because we've done quite a bit now. Add some migrations. Achievements. Add sign self close after timer. First message response. Subscription response. Cool. I wonder if I should play around with the overlay a little bit. Yeah, that sounds like a good way to close out the night. So, let's see here. We need to switch projects from Eloquent Robot to Ineloquent Overlay. And let's see if it's running currently. It's not running the way it's supposed to. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. So it's transparent. And I can locate it wherever I need to. So it should be displaying over. Let me just check OBS to make sure it's visible. Oh, yep. Sweet. Okay, cool. So I can create a transparent window and float it over my main one. And the theory being that I can either place it here lined up with the stream correctly. So I don't know, in the bottom corner or whatever. Or I could echo this section of the screen to a headless. We kill that. If I look in my sway config, I have a headless screen set up, which is basically an area of the screen that's essentially virtual. Like it's not occupying a monitor right now. It's sitting somewhere up above my monitor in virtual space. So I could echo this section of the screen to that headless point and then also run the overlay on top of it. So the only reason I would do that is I wouldn't have to look at the overlay. But it might be quite good to have it active. I don't know. Probably get in the way a little bit though, maybe. It would be always on top. Like if I run it from my other window here, and then move it into frame, even if I've got it positioned right in front of the text, I should still be able to have this window active and do things with it displaying in front. It can never go behind that because it's floating. Okay. Well, let's just pursue that anyway. And one of the first things we'll need to do is to take this little guy in the corner, who is in fact a GIF. It's just a GIF repeating over and over, and turn him into an actual sprite that we can move around and animate and give colors to and do things like that. And hopefully I'll be able to add little animations around him for when people follow and subscribe and so on. Okay, cool. So get rid of that and we'll go to main. which is very basic. All it does is create a transparent window, and this thing took me ages to figure out. Note, window transparency in Wayland doesn't work without setting this alpha mode. Long, painful experimentation dated. What even is it? What month is it? It's May, right? It's May 2024. Okay. And then insert resource clear color none, and then the overlay plugin. Okay, cool. So the overlay plugin is very simple. It's got a loading resources, menu, actions, an audio plugin, which is unused, and a player plugin. So let's look at the menu plugin. I don't know that, I might actually want to disable that. So what would happen if I just took it out? And then rerun it. Oh, well, it doesn't work. So that's good. Yeah, we like it when things work. So why didn't that work? What happens in menu plugin that, oh, maybe the camera is in menu plugin. Maybe that's what's going on. Yep. So right there. That is not ideal. And then it spawns a node bundle, which is just Bivy UI. So we'll keep calling it menu plugin for a minute, but we will, oh, it's been a while since I wrote any Bivy. I've been working on this Twitch stuff for so long. Node bundle with children, made with Bivy. And just get rid of all of this for now. And just spawn the camera. Change state, overlay state. And it's talking about button interaction, but we don't need button interaction anymore. What we're going to be reacting to is real-time notifications from the database. And I think I'll have to use the non-async version of that because I don't think Bivy works with Tokyo. So yeah, click play button is not a thing, right? Let's just pull out everything we don't need, right? Setup menu. Right, we probably will need texture assets, although I think we'll probably use Bivy Asset Loader, which is in loading. Audio flying. Textures Bivy, textures GitHub. Yeah, this is Bivy Asset Loader. So I can look at what I do for the game and do the same thing with the same assets, basically. Okay. So let's get it to be quiet. We do not need button colors. We do not need that. So we do not need any systems. Setup menu, cleanup menu. Pretty easy. We'll probably rewrite or get rid of most of that. But let's just see what we should get is a transparent screen with basically nothing on it. And we don't. So that's interesting. I thought spawning the camera would be enough. But it appears I've done too much. Oh, wait, did I re-enable it? Yeah, I did, I think. What did I do that broke it again? Let's, first of all, can we... Oh, I can't undo it all. Let's undo this. Oh, and we went all the way back to the beginning, so now that's got to be overlay state. This was from a, what do you call it, a template thing that Nicholas I provides, which is a Bivy game template, and it's really good. It just does a whole bunch of work for you. Okay, so is that going to build now? No, it's not. What did I call this instead of playing? Just menu? Streaming, that's right. Oh dear. Try running that again. Okay, we're back to having a transparent window, which we can see here. Or we can't because we're in the ads, depending on your point of view. Okay. Interesting. So I wonder if the fact that we've got the camera just isn't enough. You have to have the camera and something else in order to get window transparency. That I didn't anticipate. I thought if you took everything off the screen, that the transparent window would just be transparent. I wonder if you take everything but a tiny bit off the screen. Okay, so node bundle, blah, blah, blah. Width, 100%, height, 100%. Do I get to set the dimensions of the screen anywhere? Maybe in main, I have to have a look at that. Button bundle, I don't want a button bundle. With children, text bundle, play. Yeah. So we've got spawn node bundle there. What happens if I get rid of this, which is just the button, and just spawn the two little things at the bottom, the open source and made with Bevy things that are tiny little signs here. We'll just do things one at a time. That's what we'll do. If we do things one at a time, we might learn things. We might learn little bits and pieces that'll teach us. Okay, so we've still got a transparent menu. Here it is. With a couple of little icons on it. So at what point do I lose window transparency? Children spawn, children spawn. What if I get rid of the second children spawn? Oh, he's linking to the game template. That's very cool. We should do that somewhere. Okay, we'll kill that and see if we can get it with just a bevy Just a bivvy icon. And there it is. It's a little hard to see, but there it is. That's my overlay. It's very exciting. Extremely exciting overlay. Doesn't do anything, but it's there. And it's at that point that I should probably have a cup of tea and think about head of the bed. I'm hearing a yes please from the background, which means that someone else would like a cup of tea too. So I will send you kind people in another direction. And that direction will be... I always raid Biggs. He must be getting sick of me sending raiders his way. No, he probably isn't. Yeah, we'll raid Biggs again. He's good fun. You'll like him. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. See you next time. I'll be back tomorrow evening, probably.